Hello Internet, it's Mike with 143, and today I'm going to talk about changing the color. We have a wonderful 143 customer that's asking, can we print their logo in another color other than black? It may not be their logo, it may be their customer's logo. I'm going to make sure I have permission to get this, continue to keep this online, and not just use their logo without their permission, but hopefully it's okay. So what we've got here is an image that, we've sent back to the customer. We've improved some aspect of the quality. It's currently a PNG. She's asking, can we change it to another color? And that's very easy to do. But the first thing that you need to understand is about hex codes. So hex codes are HTML color codes. They're also used in a lot of graphics applications. And there's other ways to define color, like you can do RGB or hue, saturation, and value, but hex is like the most basic and simplest to understand. So if I need a hex code, usually I can just Google it. So if I wanted to say maroon hex code, then I can see the hex code for maroon is pound 800000, and that's the way they're always presented. Hex codes are going to be A, B, C, D, E, F, and then 0 through 9. Those are the allowed characters, with FFF being white and 000000 being black. But you don't have to understand how hex codes work to go find one that you'd be happy with. And literally just starting by Googling the color you want. In this case, it pulled up a nice little chart, and I can see lots of different hex codes there that I could pick from. So how do I change the color to the hex code that I want? So the easiest way for this, if you have Photoshop or Photopea, would probably be just to apply a color layer. So let me show you that technique real quick. I'm just going to open this image with Photoshop. So I have the image open in Photoshop, and I'm just going to do blending options and then color overlay. And then I can set the hex code to that maroon color I just looked up. And there we go. I have got a changed color. I would just do File, Export. Export as a PNG, and then I would probably just name it, Heidi Maroon, so that I would know what it was. Okay, and then I could upload that image. But a better way would actually be to convert this to an SVG. And why that's better is it's going to actually make the image, easier to change the color. It's easier because you don't have to do a blending option, but it's going to make it scalable to any size. So it doesn't matter what size you print it at, it's going to work better as an SVG because it will be perfect every time. So now I'm at Inkscape.org, and that's where you can download Inkscape 100% for free. And I'm in the application, and I'm just going to find that image and just click and drag and drop it in the project. It's going to say embed. All this is perfect. So Inkscape's rendering this a little jagged looking, but I'm not going to be concerned about that at this point. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Control-Shift-R, and that will fit my document to the image. And then I just use the minus key on my numpad to zoom out. Plus goes in, minus zooms out. I'm going to select the image just by clicking on it. And then I'm going to go to Trace Bitmap. And since it's black, it's the perfect color to trace. I'm just going to hit Apply with all the default options. And I'm going to go back, and I'm actually going to remove the image. So now my image is a SVG, and I can access the nodes, and you can see that they just literally move things around now because I have a vector image. All right. I'm just Control Z to back up those changes, and I'm deleting that image once more because I went too far. So now to change the fill of this, I would literally just select the object, and I would go to the fill layers, fill and stroke, If you don't see that, you go here, Object, Fill and Stroke, and that should pull it up to the front or display it on your screen in your version of Inkscape, which might look different than this because it's a program that gets changed quite a lot. And now I can just set the RGBA. I mean, you can drag the sliders in here and set the value the way you want, or I can just set it right here. And you notice I just selected the first 6 of the code down here because this isn't a normal hex code, this is RGBA. So the last 2 indicate the level of transparency. And of course with DTF transfers, you always want things to be fully hard. You don't want semi-transparency. So that's why it's set to FF. And then all I need to do is save it. So I've created this SVG, and I'm just going to save it in my folder, and I'm going to call it the name of the file, and I'm going to put maroon, and then I'm going to put SVG and save that. Awesome. Hey, thanks for buying your transfers at 143 Vinyl, and I hope you learned something from this and it helps you in your projects. Have a great day.